Good morning, fellow firewood lovers. Today is a beautiful day. It's about 16 degrees, the sun is shining, there's hardly any wind, birds are singing. It's going to be a John Denver day. I've got sunshine on my shoulders. It's awesome. Anyway, today we're going to hit the big pile. We're going to start cutting and splitting and stacking on this pile of wood back here. It is mostly bur oak, white oak, and a little bit of red oak, and it's 14 full cords I had delivered a while ago, and so we're gonna attack this pile. My goal is on this pile is to keep track of how much time I spend on it from beginning to end, and that means from right now till I stack the last piece into a pile. So just get an idea how long it's going to take me. With 14 full cords, I should end up with, as far as face cords, usually you get about 2.5 face cords per full cord. So that should give me 30 something, 34, 35, 36, somewhere in that range, 37. It just depends on how accurate they are on, the sizes, length, and things like that. But that's about what it should end up with. So anyway, we're gonna get started. So we're gonna do some cutting, and then we're gonna do a little splitting once I get, I'll probably cut all 3 tanks, all 3 saws. I'll probably cut all 3 of those. And then maybe I'll see how I feel. Maybe I'll do another 3 tanks after that. It's supposed to stay pretty nice for the next week and a half. There's only a chance of snow one day in the future, and we're only supposed to get like an inch or something like that. So if I cut extra, it's not a big deal if it gets a little bit of snow on it. So that's the plan for today. So here we go. It's time to get cutting, as they say. Okay, so here is the pile we're going to cut on, and it's going to kind of walk around it so you get an idea how big it is. It's quite a bit. It's 14 full cords. So a lot. All different sizes. Looks like it's a good mix of big, medium, small pieces. And we're going to start down on this end here. Cutting. I snowblowed a little spot out over here so that I can start throwing the chunks as I cut them over this way. And here's the other side. It's got lots of snow. I got the splitters back in there. So we're going to start right in here, start chucking the pieces off to this side, and work my way into the pile. And when I cut, I will probably do at least 1 tank on each of the 3 saws here. And then if I'm feeling up to it, and if they're still sharp, if not, I'll sharpen them up, and then maybe we'll do another tank out of each saw. So we'll do maybe 6 tanks today, which would put me somewhere in there. With 6 tanks, I think I probably could do a third of this as my guess, about a third, something like that. So here we go. Well, my good firewood friends, that is it for the day. My saws are out of gas, and so am I. I cut for 7 hours, but I did take about an hour off to eat and sharpen the saws twice. So I ran through about 8 tanks. I had the 3 saws, but 2 of the saws, about halfway through the tank, I must have hit a chunk of mud or a rock or something. It just got dull right away, so I just shut it off and grabbed a different saw and started cutting again. So about 8 tanks, and I changed the chain in there too, because I must have when I hit one of the rocks, I broke a tooth, and it was an old chain that was pretty much well used up. So I just put a new chain on, which was nice for cutting again. So I didn't get halfway, but I'm close. I'll walk around the piles here so you can see what I got. So here's the pile. I started stacking here and went that direction today, so I'll just kind of walk all the way around so you get an idea how much there is here. It's quite a bit. It's a pretty good pile. I got a good dent in it. I was hoping to cut till I was out of daylight, but I'm just tired. I don't want to cut and get hurt or something while I'm forcing myself to keep cutting. My forearms are kind of tired and grip's kind of going, back's kind of tired. So yeah, I didn't get halfway now that I look at this. So here's the pile. I got not quite halfway through it. Definitely more than a third, because right here is where I left off, and the pile started about halfway through the pile of wood there, because I had about 6 feet or so on the end. So anyway, I'm tired. I'm a whipped puppy. I'm very hungry. I'm soaking wet, and that is it for today. So tomorrow is splitting day. I think I'm just going to start working on splitting this, because we're supposed to get some snow on Wednesday, and I'd like to get as much of it split as I can before the snow comes, so it doesn't get buried in the snow, although we're not supposed to get a lot. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully you poke some buttons. The like and subscribe buttons would be awesome if you did. And we'll see you next time on the same wood channel, same wood time. That's all for now. Adios, amigos.